Welcome to the midweek message. We're going to be reading in Proverbs chapter 17, verses 22 through 28, and that's the end of the chapter. And I'm reading from today's English version of the Bible. Proverbs chapter 17, verse 22. Being cheerful keeps you healthy. It is slow death to be gloomy all the time. Corrupt judges accept secret bribes, and then justice is not done. An intelligent person aims at wise action, but a fool starts off in many directions. A foolish son brings grief to his father and bitter regrets to his mother. It is not right to make an innocent person pay a fine. Justice is perverted when good people are punished. Someone who is sure of himself does not talk all the time. People who stay calm have real insight. After all, even a fool may be thought wise and intelligent if he stays quiet and keeps his mouth shut. Let's walk down these verses together. Proverbs chapter 17, verse 22. Being cheerful keeps you healthy. It is slow death to be gloomy all the time. I'm not sure exactly how that works, but I do know, based on what the scripture says in this passage, and from personal observation, that it just seems like folks that have an upbeat spirit are better able to rebound from even physical difficulties. Because keeping yourself cheerful is good for your health. Contrary-wise, I have known people that seem to be in physical health, at least to some degree, and yet inside them the light just went out. The scripture said it is slow death to be gloomy all the time. Verse 23, corrupt judges accept secret bribes, and then justice is not done. It is beyond doubt that the wealthy get a better shake in general terms in the justice system even today, as was true in Solomon's time and before. People with means are better able to sway opinions. They're better able to hire individuals that will put their finger on the scale of justice. We'd like to think that wasn't true, or it isn't true, but it has ever been. That's an abomination to God because justice is not done. Verse 24, an intelligent person aims at wise action, but a fool starts off in many directions. Wise action versus many directions. We could maybe even draw an inference about multitasking and being single-minded, but we have to make up our minds what we're going to do. Foolish people try to go in many directions at once. That's not possible. An intelligent person tries to be measured and wise in their movements. Verse 25 is an oft-repeated theme in the book of Proverbs. A foolish son brings grief to his father and bitter regrets to his mother. Benjamin Disraeli said, youth is a mistake, middle age is a struggle, old age is a regret. I often tell people that parenting is a guilt trip, because every time your child does something they ought not do, the parent feels like it's their fault. Many fathers and mothers are in grief and bitter regrets because of what their children have done. And that's not even to say the parents didn't bear some blame, because certainly that may be true. The parents don't have 100% control over the actions of their children. Comes a place in life where your children have to follow their own guide, make up their own minds, and be responsible for their own choices. But parents, when your children make foolish decisions, it hurts. Verse 26, it is not right to make an innocent person pay a fine. Justice is perverted when good people are punished. It's not right for innocent people to bear responsibility for crimes, misdemeanors, torts that they did not commit. Over and over, Solomon mentions real justice, fair balances, just weights, not accepting bribes, being upright in judgment. Verse 27, someone who's sure of himself does not talk all the time. People who stay calm have real insight. When people are committed to a cause, it is understandable and natural for them to be excited in their presentation of facts and what they see to be the truth, and to be in attempts to be persuasive. But many times people that have the most ability, the greatest ability to persuade, are people that remain silent and quiet and present their cases in measured terms. None of us like to be yelled at, and we all have been. But people that stay calm have real insight and greater powers of persuasion. Verse 28, the final verse of chapter 17. After all, even a fool may be thought wise and intelligent if he stays quiet and keeps his mouth shut. And this is a follow-up, of course, the previous verse that is urging restraint in speech. And the scripture says, even if a person is a fool, if they don't say too much, they'll be thought to be wise and intelligent. If we talk a lot, people tend to tune us out. If we speak less, they listen more closely. It's easier to speak less if you're sure of yourself.